So the next topic is collision in one dimension. So what happens when a single body collides with another one which is moving or stationary in a single axis? Consider such two objects, one of mass, these two objects, let's say one of mass m1, another of mass m2. So they are free to move in one dimension only. Suppose that these two objects collide, so that further both the objects are subject to zero net force when they are in contact with one another and not also in contact with one another. So during the collision itself, the first object exerts a large amount of force, which is, we can say that F21 on the other body, and the second body exerts an equal amount and opposite directional force. So we can say if the force applied by the first body is F1, on the second body is F12, and then the force exerted by the second body on the first body will be F21, and as they are equal and opposite in direction, therefore we can say that F12 is equals to minus of F21. So this is a case of one dimensional collision. So here we are clearly considering a system in which there is zero net external force, that is, the forces which are associated with the collision are internal in nature. Hence the total momentum of the system is a conserved quantity. So if we equate the total momentum before and after collision, we obtain that m1, which is the mass of the first body, vi1, which is the initial velocity of the first body, plus m2, which is the mass of the second body, into velocity I2, which is the initial velocity of the second body, is equals to m1 v f1, which is the final velocity of the first body, plus m2 v f2, which is the final velocity of the second body. This equation is valid for any one dimensional collision irrespective of its nature. Note that, assuming we know that the masses of the colliding objects, the above equation only fully describes the collision if we are given the initial velocities of both objects and the final velocity of at least one object. Alternately also, we can be given both final velocities and only one of the initial velocities. An elastic collision is one in which the total kinetic energy of the two colliding objects is the same before and after the collision. Thus, for an elastic collision, we can write that we know that the energy is half mv square, therefore half of m1 vi1 square for the second particle is equals to m2 vi2 square plus half of m1 v I1 square, sorry, v final, okay, half of m1 v I1 square plus half of m2 v I2 square is equals to half of m1 v f1 square plus half of m2 v f2 square. The majority of the collisions occurring in real life are not at all elastic, they are inelastic, most of them. An inelastic collision is the one fully characterized by when we are given the initial velocities of both objects and the final velocity of at least one of the objects. So, there is however a special case of an inelastic collision called a totally inelastic collision, which is fully characterized as once we are given the initial velocities of the colliding objects. In case of a totally inelastic collision, the two objects stick together after the collision, so that Vf1 is equals to Vf2. The next part is the collision in a two dimension. So, consider the x component of this system's total momentum. Before the collision, the total x momentum will be simply m1 vi1, and since the second object is initially stationary and the first object is moving initially along the x axis with a speed of vi1, after the collision the x momentum of the first object will be m1 vf1 cos theta 2, that is m1 times the x component of the first object's final velocity. Likewise, the final x momentum of the second object is m2 vf2 cos theta 2. Hence, the momentum conservation in the x direction yields that m1 v I2 is equals to I1 is equals to m2 vf2 cos theta 1 plus m1 vf2 cos theta 2. So, considering the y component of the system's total momentum, so as I was saying, the momentum conservation in the first case of x direction will be m1 v I2 is equals to m1 v f1 cos theta 1 plus m2 v f2 cos theta 2. Okay. So, this is the x component of the system's total momentum. Now, the y component. The total y component is 0, since there is initially no motion along the y axis, but after the collision the first object will go at minus m2 vf2 sin theta 2, that is the m2 times y component of the object's final velocity. So, we can say, and likewise the initial component of the likewise the final component y component of the second object will be m2 vf2 sin theta 2. So, we can say that the momentum in the y direction will be m1 v f2 sin theta 1 is equals to m2 vf2 sin theta 2. We can say that for an elastic collision of the two objects which are coming in the kinetic energies, we can calculate that half of m1 v I1 square is equals to half of, actually 0 plus half of m1 v I1 square, as this was the initial velocity of the second particle was 0, then half of m1 v f1 square, which is the final velocity of the first particle, plus half of m2, which is the second particle, v f2 square.
Thank you for watching.